So as Ellen said, from the beginning of the program, we've had a heart-centered theme. And the way it came about was years ago when we were first starting this program, we approached a funder who was the executive director of a new foundation called the Kynette Foundation. And that foundation, the focus was around cardiovascular disease prevention because the wife of the gentleman who started it died of a cardiovascular event. So we have worked with this foundation for years, and they have really played a big role in us thinking about how do you really get a sense of cardiovascular disease prevention activities within a community. And this summer, we decided, and our students have done nutrition, they've done exercise, they've done blood pressure, they've done education. This summer, we thought we should try something new that was program-wide. So we approached a former fellow of mine who for a while was the policy director for the city, and he introduced us to somebody who is like a fireworks when he arrives. He is so passionate about smoking cessation that even if you don't care about it, by the end of 5 minutes, you're on board. And I just wanted him to come and talk like 2 or 3 minutes to just give you a sense of the program from outside looking in, because of course, we on the inside are a little biased, but, and we hope he's now biased. But I just wanted you to hear from Ryan so you get a sense of how this happens. How do we actually partner? Ryan?
Hi, good morning, everybody. I'll be very brief. I'm very happy to be here. Very avid fan of Halloween as it happens, and I'm really giving serious thought to those tooth masks that I saw earlier. Those are very cool. I'm definitely going to factor that into my decision-making process. So as Lucy mentioned, my name is Ryan Kaufman. I'm with the Philadelphia Department of Public Health and the Tobacco Policy and Control Program. And our work is certainly focused on reducing adult and youth smoking throughout the city. And so this is the first year that we've embarked on this pilot collaboration, and it's been a real pleasure, to be honest with you, to be able to work with emerging public health professionals to foster an appreciation for the necessity of affecting policy, systems, and environmental change to try to reduce the chronic disease burden throughout the city of Philadelphia, be that cardiovascular disease or other chronic disease burdens, and to help restore the life and livelihood to Philadelphians that they deserve. This has really been a fantastic partnership, but it's also been mutually beneficial. So not only the joy of sharing this approach and perspective of how we approach tobacco use and the issues that tobacco use visits upon Philadelphians disproportionately, but also to have the opportunity to, I use the word unlock partnerships because I really think in our work it's a factor of persistence and patience. My staff sometimes joke that I'm just like one step shy of a restraining order for like how much I go after partners and collaborators and say tobacco, 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 tobacco. But I think in public health, there's very few conversations that are an outright, unequivocal no, not a snowball's chance. And sometimes an idea's time just kind of has to come. And yes, there is an urgency with that because tobacco use is killing people every day. Especially in our low-income communities and communities of color throughout Philadelphia. But there was a partnership that I had attempted some years back, but kind of stalled out. But it was a Bridging the Gap participant and their corresponding partner agency that really unlocked that partnership. So I really do think that there are times when you can try something it doesn't quite take, and then you find the right key for that lock. And we found that in one of the Bridging the Gap participants this year that's helping to really unlock a partnership that I'm personally very, very excited about. I can't provide particulars, but I can say that it's a site that serves a high volume of particularly vulnerable individuals to the effects of tobacco use. So by that Bridging the Gap participant being a catalyst to get that partnership up and off the ground, it's really going to enable us to further our work in, I think, a really critical space that coincides nicely with other initiatives that we're actively engaged in. So yes, this is a pilot, and we're just getting started, but to use a phrase that was used earlier, I'm very happy to now be part of the village, and I'm really looking forward to building off of what we started this year and really help advance the partnership that I mentioned, but also partnerships that are where we're still looking for the right keys to those locks. So it's really been a pleasure to be able to say a few remarks about, even in this early phase, this really exciting development, and really look forward to being a firm continuing partner with Bridging the Gap, with our program, and hopefully over time with our division as well. So thanks so much for allowing me to say a few things, and I'll be around for a few minutes afterwards if anyone has any questions. So thanks so much, and hope you're all getting ready for Halloween as well. Take care.